How to create an intermediate beam. In these girders. So the procedure is, first you have to break the beam so that you can create a node at the center. So to do that, select the beams, and then subdivide elements into equal segment. Then the number of segments is 2. Then press OK. So with that, you have already divided your girders into 2 segments. So now you are ready to draw your element, new element. So my new element is still a beam with a dimension 250 by 400. Then I will now start drawing the elements. Alright. Now for the last portion here, the stairwell is somehow offset a little bit. Now we can measure this one, and we can also look it up in the architectural plan what is the exact dimension, or we can just estimate, or we can just refer to this dimension here. So it says here 3.95 and 3.05. Okay, so let's divide that beam into 3.95 and 3.05. Okay, my frame CE is still loading. To determine what is the start node and the end node, you can display the node numbers. Now we have node number 56 and node number 24. So for this member, these are the node numbers. So we just have to remember that. And then subdivide into an equal segment. So by length. And then the length is 3.95. Gikan sa yang first element. Now, I will just guess, no? Ato lang ni i-guess kay dili man gyud ta ka kuan gyud. So ato lang i-guess 3.95. So nabali siya, class, no? So let's erase this member. And then create another member. Then subdivide elements into unequal segments. And then I draw first here, going there. So I will presume that this is the first node. So this the measurement that you will place is 3.95. Let's see. All right, so we have here 3.95 and then 3.05. All right, so we now have this beam and we can project it here. We know that this one is 4.7. We can create a beam using this method. So the distance, the dx will be 4.7, the dy is 0, and the dz is 0. Sorry, this is negative, no? I will place a new element here, negative 4.7. Apply. So I will delete that element. And then I will intersect the two beams. So it's being intersected, and if you notice that this small beam here is lost, actually it's not really lost. It was just transferred to a layer called others. So if I may view that layer others, you can see here that the beam is displayed again, and then we just have to edit that beam and then make sure that it's in the layer of level 2. Alright, so we now have complete elements of the level 2. By the way, I will assign this one again to 250 by 500. So I will use another method. Click and point to the member. Then here, this is 250 by 400. Right click, edit beam properties, 250 by 400, apply. And then here, this beam is B2, and B2 is 200 by 400. So right click, edit beam properties. This is 200 by 400. Let's now go to the upper level to assign the roof beams. So let's go to level 3. Activate level 3 and then assign the roof beams. For level 3, we have here RG1 and RG2. RG2 is below the trusses. Then we have RG1 and then RG1. For the specs, RG1 is 200 by 400 and RG2 is 200 by 500. Okay, remember RG2 is 200 by 500. So let's create another set of beams for the roof level. Let's go to materials, then add, then we have 200 by 400 and another section which is 200 by 500. This is for RG2. Okay. So I will rotate and then select the elements that I will assign RG2. Right click and then edit beam properties, then 200 by 500, apply. Then I will rotate again and select the elements which I will be assigning RG1, that is 200 by 400. So right click, edit beam properties, then 200 by 400, apply. To verify if you have assigned correctly, you may enable this one this icon to switch to 3D view. So we still have some members here that are not assigned with any properties. So let's rotate. And then select, right click, edit beam properties, and then assign assign it with 200 by 400. Let's now view the entire structure to see what members are not yet assigned with properties. So as you can see, only the tie beams have not been assigned with properties. So let's now go back to our structural plan and let's look at the foundation plan. This is the foundation plan. We have TG3, we have TG2, and then we have TG1. TG1 is 300 by 500, TG2 is 300 by 500, and TG3 is still 300 by 500. So with that, we can just assign one member for the tie beam. So let me view the first level and then select the elements to be converted to tie beams. First, I'm going to add the materials for the tie beam. The dimension is 300 by 500. Okay. So I will select now the members. I will rotate to select even the members in the X direction. So all the tie beams are selected, then right click, then edit beam properties, and then select 300 by 500. Apply. So let's view again the entire structure by activating all of the layers. So you will see here that all the elements have been assigned. Now for this exercise, I will model only the concrete elements. I will first exclude the steel elements. Now it will be a bonus if you include the steel elements, but for this exercise, we shall only include the concrete elements.